hello, Miss V, and welcome to VV Gaming. And today we're not playing anything. I'm doing my top 10 game video, and obviously it's of the games I played, not like all the games in the world, because obviously I haven't played every single game in the world. And it's kind of like a top 10 games, game franchises ish. Before we start, though, I just want to say that there's some like kind of, like I said, it's like a game / game franchises top 10 video, and also so you guys know, it's not gonna be like, oh, I love this game because the graphics and blah blah blah. It's gonna be more like, I'm just gonna tell you how I found the game and kind of, yeah, you understand when the video starts. And also for the last one, some of these games, like kind of, let's see here, yeah, one game, I can't get any footage for that game, so sorry. Starting at number 1 is a game franchise I played a lot. Like, I played it, unfortunately I stopped, but I played it, and it's Assassin's Creed. And when I say Assassin's Creed, I mean Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, and Unity is okay. All the other games that I haven't mentioned, even the 4, yeah, even Assassin's Creed 4 can go. I don't like those games, but those games that I mentioned, I think they are great. Now, actually, it's Jonathan that showed me Assassin's Creed because he had it, and the first one, and we played it, and god damn, was it an amazing game! It's freaking amazing. And then I got the second one, I started playing that so freaking much. I just love that, you know, in the beginning of these games, in the beginning of the franchise, I just like thought to myself, I just thought this is awesome. I remember playing as Ezio, I used, like, every time I killed one of the guys I was supposed to kill, I just wanted to kill the next one and get revenge on him. And I just love, you know, parkouring all around in the cities, you know, just going around slaughtering, you know, doing assassinations. I'm gonna say that my favorite one is Brotherhood, mostly because the multiplayer and the Brotherhood came into that game. I just loved I love the multiplayer for these games. I thought they were freaking awesome. Even the Unity version, even though it sucked a bit because I thought it was gonna be a online, you know, multiplayer campaign, which it wasn't, which sucked. But yeah, I just loved like the multiplayer in the beginning, you know, going around killing each other, getting XP and stuff like that, or doing missions with each other. Mostly because me and my friend who got that, I was the heavy tank guy, so, and he was the stealthy one, so I was always behind him. So because he was the sneaky one, and we knew like, okay, he can like walk in front of me, and if he fuck up, I just run into it and just crush everyone, because I could take so much damage. So yeah, I just hated the Syndicate. I haven't even played that game, but I just hated that they like, oh, we take away the co-op. I just thought it was freaking stupid, and it annoyed me so much. But yeah, I love, you know, Ezio. I think Altair is the coolest assassin in all of these games. I think it's freaking epic. Well, yeah, further ado, let's go to number 9. And coming in number 9 is The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us. Because I have a so hard time to decide which one is best, The Wolf Among Us or The Walking Dead. I think they're both very, very good. Even though of what I played of The Walking Dead, of course, I have played through The Wolf Among Us. I thought it was a very, very good game. But I love story-based games. I love having a very deep story, you know, feeling the emotions, and you know, having feelings for the characters, and feeling sad when a character dies or something bad happens to them, and laugh when they say something funny and stuff like that. That, you know, the Telltale games are very awesome. You know, they take a game, they take like a comic, and they just turn it into a game, and they have this like, you know, comic graphic to to the game, which I love. I think it's very, very epic. Yeah, write in the comments if you want me to do a Let's Play on The Wolf Among Us. I am totally up for that. But yeah, you know, in The Walking Dead, let's go to The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead because, you know, just having this, you know, you really get it, I can't speak today. You have an understanding on how hard it is to survive a zombie apocalypse. Because you have to know, you know, what you're gonna do with your friends. So you're gonna hurt them. You know, like it's a situation. Will you risk it for? Will you risk saving your friend to get bitten and die as well? Or will you try to save them and be human? That's just like, you know, how the world works now. You surviving or others surviving. That's just how it works. And I used to know you love Lee and Clementine. You know, having, you know, Lee's like her new father and stuff like that. And also, I used to say that Kenny is my favorite character. I used to love him. He's totally epic. He's a totally epic character. Yeah, I also love, you know, I love the choices in the game. Just, you know, it's often like, you know, will you risk this for being human, or will you just, you know, be a douche and actually survive? Often I take the douchey and survive because, well, it's a zombie apocalypse and you're gonna think about yourself in your own group rather than other people. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Now about The Wolf Among Us, like when I first saw that, I was like, nah, it can't be good. And then the same thing happened to Xbox. You know, you get the first episode free, so I'm like, okay, let's try it. And I was so hooked at that game. Just, you know, having this awesome, you know, that either way you're a bad cop or you're a good cop. And, you know, you know, I love how brutal you are. You know, I mean, you can do so much, you know, brutal stuff in this game. It's like, oh, you want to hit this person? Yeah, go ahead and hit this person. You just do. You just hit that freaking person, and God. And I'm gonna say that I actually like the graphics more in Wolf Among Us than Walking Dead. I think it's a better looking game in that way. Although I don't think the characters are that memorable as they are in the Walking Dead game. But a Big B, like Big B Wolf. When I just loved him. He's like this, you know. Everyone is scared of him because he's the big bad wolf, and he's just a sheriff trying to do his work, and he's like really. I just love it. It's just amazing. So that's why it's on. Why it's on number 9 though is because, well, the gameplay is. I mean, I don't have anything against point and clicking games, but there's a better way to do a game, in my opinion. But yeah, let's head over to number 8. Coming at number 8 is Fable. Now, first I just want to say rest in peace Fable Legends, and rest in peace Lionhead Studios, and rest in peace Fable franchise. But after I just want to say that Fable, actually the funny thing, before I played Fable, I thought it looked really ridiculous. I remember having a friend play this on the Xbox, and I was like, what the fuck is this game? This game looks stupid and stuff. I was a little kid at that back then, so that's. And he said like, oh, you gotta play it. That's the reason. You don't understand because you don't play it. So he just gave me a controller like in mid game, and I still didn't understand anything. I was like, this game is stupid. But then I actually bought it once, and then I played through, and now I have Fable 1, Fable Anniversary, Fable 2, Fable 3. It depends kind of on what you, I mean. I love that. I love especially the first game. The first game is the best one. I just love this, you know, seeing your character grow from a kid to an old man, you know, because you really see how he like gets wrinkles and gray hair and gray beard and longer hair, and you know, when you like you level up your strength skills, you get stronger. You know, see how your character actually gets stronger because he like get bigger, and or you know, when you do the same thing with ranging skills, you can actually see, you know, difference there. I don't kind of know it because I will always focus on strength. The one thing I love so freaking much in this game is, you know, that when you're bad, your character gets horns and, you know, red eyes. But when you're good, you get these, you know, you get a Gloria, and you get a Halo, and you get, you know, butterflies around you, and you have this like white light shining upon your character, showing this man is a noble man. I just love it. And also I'm gonna say that the demon doors, I think that's really cool. The demon doors, I just think they're very cool. You know, having these doors saying things like, oh, I want you to give me a key, or I want you to do something mean, or blah blah blah. And you have to do this in order for them to open. I think that's very cool in that way. I just love hearing them talking like, oh. And I remember just, you know, the starting of the game, you know, when your character needs to find, you know, the money to get chocolate for a gift for your sister, and then bandits come over here and you slaughter the whole village. Because it got me so like, oh shit, I need to, you know. So when I started playing the game, I was like, I'm gonna find these bandits, I'm gonna slaughter every one of them. And I remember, what's her name? Your like nemesis in the Heroes Guild. I forgot her name, but I remember having, you know this, like, one day I'm gonna, you know, I always won over her, but I remember, you know, having this like, oh, one day I'm gonna have a so big revenge at you. I remember, you know, when you get to arena and she says like, when they say like, oh, if you kill her you get more money and stuff like that, and she was like, no, please don't. And I remember actually saying, no, I won't do it. But then when I got the anniversary version, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And I slaughtered her, and I enjoyed it so much. Now the reason Fable is on 8 is because I really wanted this to be higher, but you know, since the first one, it just has been like, I liked the first one very much. I think the second one, I didn't think the second one was good. I played through, but I didn't think it was good. The third one, I think, was an improvement from the second one, but I still thought it lacked something from the first one. And then after that, you have these like Fable Connect, and then you have another Fable. I don't, you know, have these so many spin-offs, and you never get to see what happened. And now, well, the game franchise is dead, so that's kind of why it's on number 8. Okay, so number 7 is the first Xbox game I ever got, and it was for my Xbox 360, which was the first Xbox I got as well. Halo. I remember actually when like finding out of this game, I just heard people talking about Halo, and I asked them, what the fuck is Halo? I never heard about Halo. I heard about Call of Duty, but I never heard about Halo. And my friend said, oh, I have Halo on my Xbox, so I went home to his place and we started playing Halo 2, and god damn it, it was a good fucking game. Holy shit. And ever since then, I love Halo. And I just remember, you know, now I love every single Halo game, except I can't say anything for Halo 5 because I haven't played it yet, because I'm gonna wait for it to, you know, lower in price, but for the other games, I love those games. I own all of those games except for the Master Chief Collection, which is all of the games mashed into one game. But Halo Reach is my all-time favorite. Mostly because, you know, you have your own character and stuff like that, and it makes it more emotional when your friends die and stuff like that, because it's like your own friends. But I love, you know, Halo 1 to 3 and Halo 4, and not ODST that much, but it's an enjoyable game still. But you know, I love the graphics, I love Master Chief, you know, never seeing his face, you know, just being a total fucking badass as he is. I remember the most badass moment in Halo is in Halo 3, when you destroy the Ark and you need to, you know, drive to the ship while the Ark is exploding, and you know, theme for Halo plays, and you're like, oh my god, this is so fucking epic. I have played Halo so much ever since I got on Xbox. Now Halo has one of the greatest multiplayers I've ever played. It's the greatest first-person shooter multiplayer I've ever played. I think it's very good multiplayer. I love the Halo multiplayer. I love everything with the Halo multiplayer actually, especially Griffball. That's a good one, and survival and invasion, and I can go on for years, but and that's the thing I play the most, obviously. It's very great. I love it. It's not like, you know, the Call of Duty just run like a maniac into the battle, and it's not either like Counter-Strike, which I very, very appreciate a lot because it's Counter-Strike. But why it's on number 7 is mostly because, you know, I'm more of a story-based guy. I love when games have stories, and don't get me wrong, I think the stories in Halo is very good, but I think it lacks, you know, coming in number 6 is Skyrim, and oh my god, Skyrim. I remember seeing the trailer for Skyrim, and after seeing that trailer I was just, I need this game. And I remember getting it for Christmas, and I played it so freaking much. I just remember playing and playing and playing and playing and playing the game over and over and over and over again. It's, god damn, it was so epic. You know, getting that's you know, the epic start of the game, and then just, you know, making your character and fighting your first dragon, joining the Dark Brotherhood, joining the Thieves Guild, joining the Stormcloaks, you know, all of that, just everything, you know, getting a house and stuff like that. I just remember it's so much to do in the game, and you can spend like so many hours in it, and, you know, having this, you know, that you really don't have a class. You can literally change your class whenever the fuck you want. You can, like, oh, you have sword and shield, you're a sword shield warrior. Now you want to be a mage, I grab a staff and start using it, you know, that instead. It's just so freaking epic. I mean, like, kind of everyone has probably played Skyrim at least once in their life, and it's such an epic game. Everything, you know, turning yourself into a werewolf. I can go on and on and on and on about what you can do in this game. It's so freaking epic. You know, also the game is so epic most because of these, you know, funny things that Bethesda still have in the game. For example, you know, putting buckets over people's head, and then you can just steal everything in front of them because they can't see it. Or you know, messing up with the Greybeard so they use a shout, so you freeze and fall down the mountain. You start to, you know, glitch and you just fly around like an idiot. Man, good game. Man, really freaking good game. Actually, the reason why Skyrim is number 6, actually, because I think everything with this game is good. So don't get me wrong, but I have been having kind of like, you know, a better connection with those games over it, and that's why it's on number 6. So it's not actually because it's something bad with the game itself. It's just that I have games that I think, in my own opinion, means more to me than Skyrim. Coming in at number 5 is Rayman. Now people might think, like, why the fuck is Rayman on this list? Well, I am actually a very, very big Rayman fan. I have played every single Rayman game. I have played Rayman for so many years. Ever since I was 9 years old, I played Rayman. No, yeah, ever since I was 9, I played Rayman, and the first Rayman game I had was actually Rayman 3, and then I bought Rayman Revolution, then I bought Rayman Raving Rabbits, and so on and on. And like 2010 or something like that, I bought Rayman 1 in a store. It wasn't, you know, used or anything, it was brand new. I bought Rayman 1 in a store, brand new. And it was like 15 years later after its release, and I still bought it in a store, and I played that game through so much. I have like Rayman 1 for like 4 different consoles. I used, I love the goofiness in Rayman. I love platforming games, speedrun games as well. I love like Rayman. I love how Rayman looks. I love his design and everything like that. And I can play Rayman for hours and hours and never get bored of it. When I grew up, I found other games, and that's why that's actually why it's on number 5. But still, Rayman for me will ever and ever be a very good game for me. I can, every time I get a Rayman game, I can always sit down and just enjoy it for so many hours and not get bored of it. So yeah, let's head to number 4. Okay, coming in number 4 is GTA 5. Why GTA 5, you might ask? Well, I know I played GTA since I was 6 years old. I remember that very much actually. But Rayman, why do I say Rayman now? I thought too much about Rayman. No, but GTA 5 is so epic. You can do so much in it, and also it's mostly for the multiplayer. Most because I had friends to play it with, and that for me was just epic. Because I love multiplayer games, we can enjoy with your friends, and I've spent so many hours on the game. You're doing random shit, because you can do so much. You can do missions, you can do heists, you can drive around being an asshole, shoot civilians, shoot cops, run over civilians, run over cops, run over your friends, blow your friends up, fly with a jet, fly with a helicopter and stuff like that. You can do so much in this game, and when it comes to the story, I mean it's good. It's a good story, but this actually gets on number 4, most because of the multiplayer. And I love one thing that I love is most because games are often this like, well, you're the good guy, but here they say you're the bad guy. You're gonna kill everything. You're gonna do everything for money. You're gonna be, doing dirty work and torture people, kill people, assassinate people, everything like that. Just because, well, you want money. That's just how GTA works, and I think it's a great concept, and that's why it's on number 4. So let's head over to number 3.
The chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the darkspawn into our world.
Okay, so we're at number 3, the top 3 games, and number 3 is actually it's a split. There's 2 games franchise in this one, and well, we start with the first one, which is Dragon Age. And when I say Dragon Age, I mean the whole series, because Dragon Age is such a good game. Now, I know people might ask, like, why not Mass Effect? Oh shit. Well, I'm gonna say, be honest, that I actually enjoyed Dragon Age so far more than Mass Effect. I don't know why I used to do it. And I just remember, Dragon Age, I played Dragon Age ever since it came out in 2009. I was a little younger then, and I couldn't speak very good English at that time. I didn't understand RPG games very well at that time, so I never completed it, actually until 2014, when a game store had sale, and well, Dragon Age, I just remember finding like Dragon Age Origins, Awakening, and Dragon Age 2 for the Xbox 360, and I was like, let's just buy them, because they were so cheap that, let's just say that they were kind of worth, I checked this out, and they were kind of worth like $2. 3 games for $2. That was kind of like, so, and like, yeah, so I just felt like, well, this is totally, wait, is it, yeah, kind of like that. So I was like, this is worth it, let's buy them, and I bought them, and that whole summer I didn't play anything else. I just played Dragon Age. I played Dragon Age over, I played it Origins, and then I played Awakening, and then I played the second one, and then Inquisition came out, and I started playing Inquisition, and I used to, oh my god, just so many hours spent on these games. I love, you know, how these games don't do like Mass Effect. You play the same character over and over again. I love, you know, how, you know, in the first one you play as the hero of Ferelden, and then in the second one you play as the champion of Kruewl, Hawk, and then you play as the Inquisitor in Inquisition. But I love that, you know, for example, in Inquisition you can meet Hawk, you can meet, you know that you meet your friends from the previous games. And so, for example, like if you make Alistair a king in the first one, he will appear in the second one as a king, and the third one as a king. Or if he, like, if he's a Grey Warden, he will show up. I know he will show up in Inquisition at least as a Grey Warden. I'm not sure if he does in the second one. I really don't remember, but I just love that. I just love that it ends up there with that, and I love that these games are based on A Song in Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, if you don't know what A Song in Ice and Fire is. But I love that this game is based on Game of Thrones. I'm gonna say Game of Thrones now just because. So like if you and you know the starting of the first game, because these games are often pretty overwhelming in the beginning, and I remember Origins is very overwhelming because it's a battle, and I just remember, you know, a character I really like just died, and I was like, no, why? Just, you know, in the beginning, maybe like 1 hour into the game or something like that, and then in the second one, I remember, you know, they just kill off one of your siblings in the beginning. I was like, the game, I've like played this game for half an hour now, and you already kill one of my family members. This is not okay. And in the Inquisition, it just starts with, you know, oh, you know about that huge explosion that happened when you press start in the game? Yeah, we think you did it. I'm gonna kill you. Oh, well, shit. So yeah, but now the second game that's on top 3, Kingdom Hearts, or at least the first game on top 3, is Kingdom Hearts. Now, Kingdom Hearts, when I saw this on YouTube, I saw Kingdom Hearts on YouTube, and when I saw this, I was just like, this can't be a game. This is not a game, because I really love Disney, and you see, you know, Sora, because I love anime and stuff like that as well. I was like, this can't be true. But then, because I was going to the, you know, a city the next day, so then I just find, not in a game store, I found it in, like, you know, it's a store that has kind of like clothing and makeup and movies and CDs and trading stuff and everything like that. I just find like Kingdom Hearts 1, and I was like, you're fucking me, right? This can't be true. So I bought it, and holy shit, it was amazing. And then, you know, I remember, you know, maybe like 1 year later, I bought the second one at the store. At the same store in another city, and the funny thing was, actually, I remember, because I don't have this first one and second one left anymore for the PlayStation, and there's actually a reason for that, and the reason is I played them so much, the discs started, you know, melting on, you know, the edges, because they were so heated up of me playing them. So yeah, but no, I played every single game. I played first one, Rechain of Memories, I played 358 over 2 days. The second one I played Birth by Sleep, Unchained Key, Dreamed Up Distance, I think, Recoded. I played Recoded as well, and I think all of the games are very, very good. Very, very good. And you know, I love the soundtrack in this game. This is awesome, and you know, just the concept that Disney and Square Enix makes games. It's like, you know, mashing Disney and Final Fantasy together into one thing. And yeah, I need to mention this, that if someone watching this and think like, well, this sounds like a kid's game. No, it's not. Really, I thought that too when I was a kid, but now playing it again, I was like, no, this is not a kid's game at all. I mean, Sora, the main character, you know, literally sacrifice, you know, he stabs himself in his own heart in the first game. That's only the first game, because he needs to save a friend. So he dies in the first game, and in the second game he wakes up from a coma kind of. So yeah, and like people die in these games, and it, like I said, it's not really a kid friend. I mean, a kid can play it, but it won't understand all of the whole lore, because the lore in Kingdom Hearts is very confusing. So no, it's kind of hard, but yeah, I just really love everything about, you know. Yeah, I forgot the Keyblade. That weapon is an awesome weapon. It's one of the coolest weapons I have ever heard about, and I love the concept about a key being a freaking sword thingy. I have one myself actually, because I am such a nerd. But yeah, let's just head over to the second game on spot number 3. So let's further ado, let's head to number 2. Now, coming in at number 2 is Undertale, and oh my god, I just want to say first, like, the guy who showed me this, you know who you are. I just want to say thank you so freaking much for showing me this game. I love this game. Like, when I saw this game, I saw a video and I was like, what the fuck is this game? And then my friend said, you need to play this game, and he just took his computer, just put it on a table. He's like, play this game, and I played it, and holy shit, I bought it like 1 week later, and I have played it through so many times after that. I spent so many times playing this game. I have done so much in this game. I have like cried, I have laughed, I have been angry and happy and everything while playing this game, because you can do so much in this game. There's so many ways to play this game. I don't want to spoil anything right now, because I don't want to ruin anything for anyone with this game, but I can just say that I love how how the game works and how you play the game. I love the graphics in this game. I love the funny jokes in this game. I love the characters in these games. I love how the game concept. I love literally everything with this game. Everything. I love, like, and I was gonna say the soundtrack. It's one of the best gaming soundtracks I have ever heard in my fucking life. And like I said, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone with this game, because if I spoil anything, I might ruin your whole, gaming, the whole, experience, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to ruin anyone's Undertale experience. So I'm just gonna leave it at that and say that this game is an awesome game. Guaranteed an awesome game. Literally a great fucking game. So with that said, with not actually much by a reason why you should play the game, but I'll tell you this, it will be one of the best game experience you will ever have. So with that said, let's head to number 1. And number 1 is the awesome game of all freaking times, in my opinion, World of Warcraft. I have, ever since I heard of World of Warcraft, I wanted to play it. I was such a little kid when that game was released. I didn't know when it was released. I just heard about it from my friends. I wasn't allowed to buy it because, subscription. So instead of that, I played Warcraft free. And I remember one New Year that I saw the Wrath of the Lich King trailer at our friend's house, and you know, if you have played Warcraft 3, you know what happens to orphans and stuff like that. So that made me want to play World of Warcraft even more, and I got to play World of Warcraft there. And after that, I just wanted to have this game so badly. I remember after that, a little while after, Jonathan got the game, and we played at his place so much. But then, you know, he stopped, so I couldn't play it. And now, just like maybe 1 year, you know, 2015, I decided it's time for me to buy this game, and I got Jonathan to join me. And ever since then, we have played this game so much in the days, in the past year, I mean. And you know, it's just an experience because you can do so much in this game, and there's so much lore to dive into, and you can meet so many friends, you can meet so many characters, there's so much to do in this game. I love everything World of Warcraft, literally. It's kind of the same thing with Undertale. I love everything with Undertale and this game. Now, the reason why this is on the #1 spot is mostly because, well, this game has been out for so long, and, well, I've just, you know, I wanted to play this game for so long, so it's kind of like that's the reason why it's on #1, because I can finally play it, and it's so enjoyable because of that reason. So that's why it's #1. Mostly because, like, from number 10 to number 4, they like often have a reason why they are on that list, because they have like a negative thing or something like that. But from 3 to 1, I literally have no negative thing to say about those games or franchises. So yeah, that's my list, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I can't speak today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and well, I see you guys next time. Bye.